Hello everyone, I'm Gianluca and with me The Witcher Old World. And today finally we will see how to play. About how to play to The Witcher World, I will distribute two videos. One extended video with all the details, this one, and another one in crash course format for helping to start to play very quickly because it's a great game, very fun, and you don't need to know all the rules at the beginning. You can just start to playing, and once you get familiar with the game loop, everything will be easier. But first thing first, how to win the game. The goal of the game is to acquire 4 trophies. How to get trophies? Killing monsters, mainly, winning fights against other witchers, or reaching level 5 of an attribute, only for the first time. There are so many cards in this game, and here I have some, introducing each card type and how they work in the game. Let's start talking about these cards. They are the most important in the game because they are used for traveling and fighting. There are 2 decks. The starting deck for each Witcher school. You can recognize them by the small logo here on the top left. And these are the general cards. They are gained or acquired during the game. Another important card set are the exploration cards. There are 3 types: city, wilderness, and quests. These cards all have more or less the same logic. They ask you to make an A-B style choice. Then we have the fighting monster cards. There are a bunch of them. They mostly are divided in 2 parts, upper part and down part. The first part is related to the charge of the monster, and the second is related to the bite of the monster. Each time a monster attacks a witcher, before drawing the card, you must decide whether to attack or bite. In the manual, they suggest that another player should choose if the monster goes to bite or charge, or you can just roll the dice. Then we have the potions deck. They are very straightforward. Just read its effect here and apply it at the right time. Then we have the trophy for the Witcher. Yes, because in this game you can fight monster, but you can fight even witcher. If you defeat a witcher, you get a trophy from the witcher school you defeated. This one are monster card, where there is the picture of the monster, his special power, his life point, life pool, how the game call it, and the level. On the back of each monster, there is the description of the trophy, so basically the special power that the Witcher will acquire after killing the monster. And then there are general trophies. These trophies are won rising at the maximum level 1 attribute of the Witcher. The game includes helper cards for each player. They are very, very important. We have one focusing on the player's turn, which is divided in 3 phases. And there is another one instead focusing on fighting between witchers and fight with monsters. They are the perfect player's companion. They should be always near to you because they help you a lot, reminding each and every step during the player turn. The game provides also trails tokens. The trail tokens are used in several game situations. We have a bunch here. Some with the mountain on top, some with the forest on top, and some with the sea. Basically, the trail tokens are for positioning monster, gain advantage against the monster, and in some cases for complete quests. The number reported on the trails tells you a location on the map, because all the locations on the map are numbered. Now, let's take a look at the gaming board. It has several helping elements. Understanding these things early will make the game faster and smoother. Look here. The board is divided into 3 main areas, like the phases of the player turn. The player turn is set in 3 phases. Phase 1, movement and action. Each player can move and perform as many actions as he wants or can. Phase 2, 1 combat or 1 exploration. Phase 3. Refill your hand and gain a new action card. At the end of this phase, a player can have maximum of core cards in hand. Let's repeat this because it's important. Area 1 is where the Witcher travels between towns and perform action and quests. Area 2 provides cards to resolve monster fight or explorations. Area 3 is where the player acquires new action cards. On the map, there are 19 locations, and each town is marked as forest, mountain, or water. To travel these locations, you need the appropriate action card. Each town reports the possible action here and here. Let's make an example. In Beauclair, you can get a free potion. In Benhard, you can train the alchemy attribute, and in Sidaris, the defense attribute. Each location has an action, and the complete list can be found in the rulebook. In Witcher schools, players cannot fight each other. Witcher can only fight where the crossed sword is present. In Witcher schools, Witcher can instead pay to train their skills. And remember, actions are always optional. And here are two very useful help boxes. These summarize the reward at the end of fights, against monsters or against other Witchers. On the left side of the board, gaming board, there is the trophy track. As we said, the goal of the game is to get 4 trophies. Every time you get a trophy, you also earn coins, and some cards must be burned. Burning cards means permanently discarding those cards from the game. With this, we covered all the preliminary game elements, and we can move finally to the game setup. Of course, there are the miniatures, which they add a great value to the game. But for a complete showcase, please refer to the unboxing video linked down in the description. This is how the table will look once the setup is complete. But don't worry, now we will go through all the steps one by one. First, the general action cards deck. The one without the Witcher School logo in the top right. Should be shuffled and placed here, making sure that the 3 cards on the left are cards with a value of 0. Then comes the quest and the exploration deck. The quest cards are the numbered one, while the exploration cards are of 2 types, city and wilderness. Again, about the quest cards, most of them are similar to the exploration cards, but they also offer the opportunity to obtain gold, equipment, and even companion, all very useful elements for an inspiring Witcher. Potions and attribute trophy, those obtained through meditation, are placed here in these market areas. It's time to spawn the monsters. Let's put the token together. We have forest, sea, and mountain. The tokens represent different type of location, and we will spawn 3 monsters in 3 different locations. We randomly pick 3 locations, 1 from each pile, and we got 6, 5, and 11. These are the locations where our first level 1 monster will spawn. From the pile of monster tokens divided by level, I choose 3 level 1 monsters, 1 for each location. Now that we have the monster, we can take the cards and the miniature and place them on the map, each in the corresponding position. And finally, we come to the last game element to set up before playing, the Witcher dashboard. Each player begins their journey from their school's fortress. The Witcher school fortress are easy to locate on the map. For example, the Cat School Witcher start in Stiga, while the Griffin School Witcher start in Caer Seren. The game also provides a wide range of names that can be assigned to the character and placed on the dashboard in this way. Each player has one Witcher miniature, 5 cubic pegs, and 1 shield to keep track of the character stats. The shield level follow the defense attribute level, so defense at 1 equals 1 shield. Then there is the initial set of action cards. 10 cards marked with the Witcher School's logo in the top right corner, here. Finally, the Witcher trophies ready to be awarded to the Witcher who beat you. Place them here in the dashboard slot. Depending on the number of players and the order of play, each Witcher receives gold coins and can draw a certain number of action cards from his starting deck. In this case, 5 players, the first player gets 5 gold coins. Before we get into the example of play, I want to review some game dynamics and make sure you have a clear understanding of the various cards. In fact, grasping this concept right away will make easier start to play. However, you can skip entirely this section if you feel confident, and eventually come back to it later if the gaming example was not clear. Just because we were talking about, let's take a closer look to the character dashboard. Each character specializes in a school, and the school's unique attribute is the one on the right side of the dashboard. In the case of Griffin School, the specialty is magic. Please notice that the shield level is always aligned with the Witcher's defense level. 3 defense equal 3 shields. Must be clear the Witcher level follows attributes. Your Witcher level up immediately after all your attributes markers exceed your current level. And don't forget to draw all the additional cards indicated on the dashboard. Different story is rising an attribute to level 5. Can only be done through meditation. Meditation is one of the possible actions during phase 2 of the turn. Reaching level 5 with an attribute for the first time awards a trophy. The player immediately moves up on the trophy track, takes the trophy cards of the related attribute and suffer fatigue, which means permanently trashing some action card from his deck. One more look to the action cards, Witcher School's logo, fighting ability, combo extension, terrain symbol, used for traveling, and card value. About the combos, during a fight, card can be combined to produce a powerful attack effect. Each card has one or more extension option, and combos can be performed in various ways. This is a combo, this is a combo, and this is another combo. There is no limit to the number of cards that can be combined, but the color of the cards and the extension must match. This is one of my favorite aspects of the game. It combines strategic deck building and tactical combo extension. Even if I will explain later, during the example of play, how Witcher and monster fights, I would like to say a few words about monster cards. On the front of the monster card, we found the monster level, its life pool and its special ability. On the back, instead, we can find the extra feature that the Witcher will receive as a trophy if he managed to completely defeat the monster. With this, we have completed the cards. Now, let's pick out the helper cards. They are double-sided, one dedicated to the player's turn and phases, and the other to the combat. For the example of play, this helper card will be our guide. Let's start by looking at an example of a first turn of a Witcher from the School of the Bear. He has 4 action cards in hand, and he decides to start his turn traveling to Glenmore. He plays a sea location card and moves the mini. Glenmore allows you to train the special skill for free, if the attribute is equal to or lower than the Witcher's level. The Bear Witcher takes the action and updates his character dashboard. The player could stop moving, but he has 3 more action cards in his hand and can continue moving around the map if he wants. By the way, the cards are face up on the table for the purpose of this tutorial. However, during the game the action cards are hidden in the player's hand. So, he moved to Sintra by playing a mountain card. Sintra allows him to acquire a potion for free. The Bear Witcher has no potion at the moment, so he happily takes the potion from the potion deck. There are 2 more action cards in hand. One to move to a forest location and the other to a sea location. The Bear Witcher decides to move to Cidaris, a sea location, and perform the location action, training the defense attribute for free if it is equal to or lower than the Witcher level. This is a quite smart move, because this way the level of the Witcher shield will increase to equalize the defense level. 1 action card left in hand. The Witcher decides to keep it in case he needs in the next phase or during the other Witcher turn. Phase 2. In Phase 2, you can choose to fight a monster, but no monster in this place, meditate, but the Witcher is not ready for that yet, or explore. The only possible choice is to explore, but you can still decide whether to explore the city or the wilderness. The choice falls on exploring the city. Exploration means that other player draw the card and read it aloud, giving the active player the opportunity to roleplay and choose one of the AB options offered. In this case, assuming the Bear Witcher chooses option B, this will lead him to search for a cast card. Cast cards are numbered to make them easier to find, and in this case the Witcher has got the cast number 1. Cast card number 1 turns out to be an equipment card. It's a very good card. The Witcher can keep it and use it during fights. Cast cards are generally good if completed. They provide coins, companions, equipment, or increase an attribute. Phase 2 completed, and so far so good. Now our Witcher can replenish his cards and acquire new one. He can, but will not, discard any action cards in his hand and draw up to 3. At the end of this phase, before acquiring a new card, the player should have maximum of 3 cards in his hand. So the bear draws 2 cards from his deck and takes a new one from the market at 0 cost. Then the card on the market is replenished, and this terminates the bear player's first turn. Here how the Bear Witcher starts the second turn. The cards used in the previous turn in the discard pile, and 4 action cards on hand. Let's begin. Phase 1. Movement. The Witcher plays a wood card and moves in Novigrad. The optional location action here is to play poker dice with the villagers. The player plays 1 gold to the pool, and 2 gold are placed in the pool from the bank. The active player and another player playing the role of the locals rolls simultaneously the dice. The villagers may re-roll 1 time any number of the dice. Then the active player has a chance to re-roll also. Who get the better result get the 3 golds. In this case the local wins with a pair. no goal for the Witcher. On the helper card there are all the possible results ranked. Once the action is completed, the Witcher moves again by playing a C card to reach Care Seren. This city allows you to train an attribute by paying. The cost is in gold, equal to the current level of the attribute +1. Our Bear Witcher trains in combat and pays 2 gold. There is another Witcher in Care Seren, but the player cannot challenge him, because he is in the Witcher school. Notice, no crossed sword marker here. Therefore, the player decides to spend the phase 2 exploring the wilderness. Same as before, another player read aloud the exploration card, the active player makes his choice, and then he follows through. Eventually, another cast card is drawn, and eventually the Red Witcher gains a new level in his special attribute. Phase 3. Replenish the action card played. Remember, maximum 3 cards in hand at this stage, and acquire a new card from the market, for a total of 4 cards in hand at the end of phase 3. Before to start with the third turn, I wish to remark that just for the sake of this tutorial, I'm not moving the other witches, even if this is a simulation with 3 witches on the ground. In a normal game, the players cannot pass their turn and stay in the same location. I just want to demonstrate effectively as possible how to play the various key gaming situations. Said that, let's begin turn 3, phase 1, movement. The Bear Witcher moves back to Novigrad, but take no action. He can do that because the location actions are optional. Then, craving for a good monster fight, the Witcher moves to Vizima. However, not having another wood card, he discards any terrain card and 1 gold to move to the connected location. In fact, there are actually 4 ways to travel to a connected location. Having the right terrain card, standard way, or using 2 action cards of any terrain, or using 1 action card and 1 gold. Also are available wild cards. Okay, no more traveling. We get where we wanted to be. Let's move to phase 2. The Witcher decides to hunt the Arachnis, a level 1 monster with 10 life pool. First, let's read the monster's special ability. It may impose conditions even before combat begins. Before creating a life pool, discard 1 card from your hand. Then, Araka's life pool, 10 cards. Cards on hand, life pool, potion and crossbow, the Witcher is ready. Monster go first, because the player hasn't a monster tracker. I'm using dice to decide if the monster will charge or bite. 3, that's a charge. 4 hit. Combat damage to the Witcher is always applied in this order: shield, deck, then hand, as follow. Damage is absorbed by the shield first. If the shield's level is 0, the Witcher life pool is affected. If the deck is empty, excess damage is dealt to the cards in the hand. If the hand is empty, the Witcher is immediately knocked over, and the opponent wins the combat. Remember, monsters, however, always take damage on their life pool. Then the player starts his turn playing special ability, potion or effect in any order. So the Witcher goes with the crossbow, which delivers 2 damage, and discard a card. Bear Skull's special ability, it has been triggered because his shield is 0, meaning you can raise 1 shield and draw 2 cards. Because the player has no other cards, the new cards go directly to build the combo. It's a good one. 2 hits, 1 shield, 1 card less to draw, but 1 card will come back in hand. It's pretty decent. Now, it's the monster turn. 5, another charge. The attack forces the Witcher to permanently burn a card. That's bad. At the beginning of his turn, the Witcher can use potion if he has any. Has one, which scores 2 damage and 1 card to discard. Since his hand is empty again, no further combos are possible, so he simply replenishes his card. The monster charge, once again, score 3 hit because the Rakas is a level 1 monster. The Witcher responds with a single blow, enough to finish the monster. In this way, the first monster fight of our Bear Witcher is done. He killed the Rakas, and besides to the great pleasure and service given to the community, he will reset the shield, shuffle the action card deck, earn the trophy, earn 2 gold coins, move up in the trophy track, and suffer fatigue. Which means he will permanently trash 1 or more of his action card. Of course, fighting a monster isn't easy, and other outcomes are possible. You could simply drive it away or suffer a complete defeat. In either case, the Witcher won't get the trophy. But he'll still get something. Follow the legend here for details. Time to move to the phase 3, replenish the hand and acquire a new card from the market. One last thing before moving on to the next player: if the monster has been defeated or thrown away, a new one will be spawned, and it will be 1 level higher than the previous. So draw a new random location token, which must be the same type as the location where the monster was defeated, and a new random monster. Here it is. Now we have a Wyvern in Novigrad, a level 2 monster. It's time for a good Witcher fight. The Griffin Witcher is determined to challenge the Bear Witcher. He is in Kaer Seren and wants to move to Vizima. He plays a wood card and then a white card. Without taking any location action, he goes for the battle with the Red Witcher. On the right is the active player, the Griffin, and on the left is the Bear Witcher. The first thing to do is prepare the life pool by shuffling all the cards except the one in hand. The Bear Witcher has a trophy collected during the Araka's hunt, which activates before the life pool is created, but it doesn't trigger because the player has more than 1 card in his hand. So active player goes first. He plays a combo, 2 hits and 1 extra card. The Bear Shield absorbs the hit, and the Griffin completes the round drawing 2 cards. Now is the Bear turn. A few things happen. First, his special ability activates, restoring 1 shield and drawing 2 extra cards. He has also the option to use his crossbow, but decline because he has a better combo in hand. Here it is, 5 damage and 1 extra card to draw. That's a strong blow. Griffin shields go down and suffer damage. 3 cards to draw for the Red Witcher. The turn passes to the Griffin again. He uses his special ability and draws the top card from the discard pile. Then plays his combo, 2 hits and 1 shield. Then is the Bear turn, 1 hit and 1 shield. Griffin forgot to refill his card, so he does so now and play the potion. The potion allows him to play a combo plus an extra card. So he decided to play both of his cards. He also discards the potion card because it is consumed and can no longer be used. 1 damage and 2 shield, and then draw a new card. Also, the Bear forgot to replenish his card earlier, so he does so now and plays a single card as a combo. Griffin shields absorb the 2 damage, and the Bear Witcher refill his hand. Now he has 5. Remember, your maximum hand size is 7. The Yellow Witcher executes his combo, and the Bear responds by landing the final blow on the attacker. Witcher fight complete. In this case, the active player, the attacking Griffin, lost the fight and failed to obtain the trophy, but both players gained something from the battle, which represents the experience they gained. In our example, the Bear Witcher, the defender and winner, replenishes his hand with 4 action cards and earn 1 gold. Only 1 gold in this case, because the Griffin is still in the first spot on the trophy track. On the other hand, the Griffin, as defeated attacker, receive 1 extra 0 value card from the market and draw 1 less card from his action card deck during phase 3. A Witcher fight can be an opportunity also for other players to gain gold, because Wagger are allowed, using this spot on the player dashboard. One last thing, trail markers can be obtained in various ways through the game, from exploring location, completing quest, or after a complete failure to kill a monster. Trail markers are an important element of the game. For a Witcher, having one allows him to attack first during a monster fight. I think it's all for today. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and ciao!